Get on my level, doing 125 in my own way, pedal to metal. One thing that I won't let you do, and that's gas me up. Keep my eyes open, letting nothing pass me up. Oh, I refuse to let you block my shine, no, not today. And I ain't going out to fight, no, not today. I'll take the light, you hold the camera, don't need more. Ready for action, I'm never lacking, I've seen war. FaceTimes, great minds couldn't conceive or couldn't relate, was robbed a chance to see more. So I aspire to reach higher, the fire inside of me burns brighter until I blow up like C4. Great shit, make hits, deep as the sea floor. Paste it, race gets long as the seashore. My star rising, they see me shining like I done been dipped in diamonds, but I be like, where the haters, they seem sure. It's all crickets, they on my dick like a seesaw. With no ticket, it's so sickening, please pause. As I provide the soundtrack to bounce back from each loss until we reach the target, we proceed course. There's no quitting, the clock's ticking. I seen how the plot thickens. Regardless, I never let it throw me off. The shit, boy, get on my level, doing 125 in my own way, pedal to metal. One thing that I won't let you do, and that's gas me up. Keep my eyes open, letting nothing pass me up. Oh, I refuse to let you block my shine, no, not today. No, not today.
Yeah.
What up? What up?
Yeah.
What up?
This time it wasn't Chris. What's going on, people?
I know. This time it was not Chris.
And the thing is, I am distracted because I'm looking at Giancarlo Esposito on The Mandalorian. This man is an amazing actor. I'm sorry. The man plays his ass off.
Not where I thought you was going with that, but all right.
First of all, I don't even know what the fuck he said and who the fuck that is. So carry on.
You should be ashamed of your damn self.
Come on,
you don't
Chris.
know who Giancarlo Esposito is? Breaking Bad, Do the Right
Probably
Thing.
not by his name.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, that's where you slipping.
Yeah, probably by his face. What's his character on Breaking Bad?
Gus Fring.
Oh, I know Gus. Okay.
Now she knows Gus.
I didn't know that was the nigga name. The fuck?
Oh, that man acts his ass off. If you want,
Uncle Daddy from Claus.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want a villain,
okay,
that man can play a villain.
I see. I don't know his name. I'm a nigga. I know you by your character before I know you by your government. Okay? you see how
you scuffed up my Jordans.
Yo,
the right thing.
You see how I went straight to Uncle Daddy from Claus? Like I know the nigga. Yeah. All right. Yeah, hey DC, right. Welcome to What the Shit podcast.
Anything is possible.
As you see,
it's Wednesday. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for What the Shit. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for listening. Apple's Radio. If you're hearing us, what's up?
What's up?
Before I get to, because I got some breaking news, but before I get to that, how was y'all day?
My day was actually fucking awesome. Like, no lie, I know you guys been doing it, but I was too fucking geeked this morning that my old New York, straight out of Brooklyn, face ass was on somebody internet radio this morning, okay? Like, that shit was like crazy, and I mean, I already knew what it sounded like, but to sit there and listen to it, I'm like, yeah, I really was over here like, yeah. Like I said the whole time I recorded it, I said, yeah, this is going to be a bunch of rambling because I don't know what the fuck going on. I ain't prepared myself. I ain't did nothing. I'm just here. And talking to myself is not the move. So, yeah, but that inspired me, yo. That inspired me to record my next episode and then figure out the next. So I'm going to just tell you now, the first 2 episodes is by myself. Y'all niggas will be helping me on the other ones.
Got you.
Yes.
But you know, congratulations.
Well,
it's always that first time of hearing yourself on something different is always special, especially something like, you know, Apple's Radio being on the internet. it's not just an internet radio station. Like I said, it's also a motherfucking podcast network. Y'all just don't know yet.
Just
Hey,
don't
And it's
know it.
growing.
Just
Chris,
don't know.
how was your day?
What's up, Alora?
and it's
Hey.
you know, it feels good knowing that there's a team standing behind all of us,
Right.
you know, on this internet radio station thing, and it's dope because you know I listened to Savages this morning. I was listening to Dramos a little while ago. You know, it's dope. It really is. You know, when you're like that, just mean we doing something out here. You know, we just not. This ain't a hobby for us. This is our livelihood. Like we out here trying to make things happen and change lives and open minds and talk shit.
Facts.
All in that same ball.
Funny you should say that, Chris.
Serendipitous, maybe.
Well, here's my breaking news. I was approached to do something, and of course I said yes. So you're now looking at the new COO of Opulence Radio.
Oh shit!
Sorry.
Drop a couple bombs on that one, nigga.
You think it's a game? Get fired on these bitches one time.
Yo!
So
That's I was gonna talk, and I'm glad I didn't text you.
That's it right there, my boy.
That's what the chat was.
that's what it was. So Amron hit me up, and
Hold on, for the dumbasses, tell them what COO means.
Chief Operating Officer.
There you go. Thank you. Because these niggas like,
He Triple H'ing it out here. He Triple H'ing it.
Hey Chris, that's pretty much how I look at it. I'm the Triple H.
now you know what niggas said? Cool? Because you know niggas like cool without the L. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all capital. So I was approached and asked to do it. And of course I couldn't say no because anybody who knows me, I love Opulence Radio. So to be a part of it, to be
Of course.
able to have input in it, like major input, and be able to talent scout and get other podcasters an opportunity to be heard on Opulence Radio was something that I couldn't pass up. Also, I'm a broke ass nigga, so getting money hurt. So, to be able to say,
Nigga said a check is involved. I am
so
there.
the money wasn't the motivation, but it didn't hurt.
Of course.
But just to be able to, like I said, be a part of it, now on the inside, being able to bring new talent to the forefront of Opulence Radio and help build, like I said, not an internet radio station, but a network that will give us 2 years and we'll be rivaling Black Effect or, Revel and all those other, stations that have a lot of talent.
I very much believe that 100%.
So, if y'all thought I was going hard for Opulence Radio before,
It's over with, huh?
now you ain't gonna be able to sleep without seeing this shit. I'm gonna be in your motherfucking ears and on your motherfucking mind and in your motherfucking eyes.
Damn, that's a lot.
But I've been holding this information since like Monday or Tuesday, and I've been trying to. I was gonna drop a post, but I was like, no, I'm a wait because
This was the better way.
I technically ain't signed the contract yet, but it's official.
You already know what it is.
Why wait when you know?
It's huge for me, because not only is it something I can add to what I've already been doing, and I feel like all my hard work is being acknowledged, and it's dope as fuck to know that somebody believes in me enough to bring me into the fold of what they got going on to help take it to another level. So as hard as I go for what the shit and everybody else, I'm definitely going hard for Opulence Radio. So yeah,
I think we all should, because on some real shit, like shout out to Amron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's been backing the hell out of us.
Because
On all
out
fronts.
of our little group, our little friend group, I didn't even know all them niggas was popping out the way they popped out.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know that for sure. You know what I'm saying? I knew Raw, and then Drano popped out. I said, what the fuck? And then Flair popped. When Flair popped up, I was like, oh shit. It's like the way the shit just, like the domino effect of it is fucking crazy.
There's more coming.
Oh, I heard.
Oh, don't
There's
worry.
more coming. Yeah,
I
there's
heard.
more
I heard. I said, "Oh, it's about to be a fucking rap."
There's gonna be something. I literally say, yeah, we about to lock this shit in.
I heard actually today, but also shout out to everyone because none of y'all niggas give me my flowers. You know what I'm saying? and she be giving me my flowers. Fuck y'all niggas.
Oh, hell no.
Amron,
Hit it.
thank you.
Who?
Nah, I'm fucking with y'all.
Because if I didn't think you was as dope as you was, I wouldn't have asked you to be on this show.
I'm fucking with y'all. Shut up. You know I gotta give y'all that. But first of all, DC, you feeling too sexy for me today. You ain't got on no hoodie. You got on a fucking fitted cap. Like I knew something was up.
Wait.
Yeah,
no hoodie. Fitted cap and black tee.
I knew something was up, and he come with this. I'm the COO. I knew it was something. I knew, nigga.
Hey, I was gonna throw on a blazer, but that was gonna give too much.
Throwing a button up in the blazer.
I was gonna throw up a button up in blazer. I ain't gonna lie.
Ooh,
that was giving too much.
Yeah.
That would have been giving too much.
Like I said, it's the Triple H effect. You know, Triple H stepped down from wrestling, cut off the hair, went bald, put on the suit. Now
I didn't like that Triple H.
You didn't like that Triple H.
But, needless to say, like I said, it felt huge for me. I only told like 2 other people when it happened because I didn't want to. I put it in the group chat with the people because I could trust them with information.
Fuck that group chat too.
Oh, Jesus.
He left.
Yes.
It's Smash's fault. Damn it.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. I'm glad I'm no longer a part of that shit. But I will find out last.
I actually thought about that earlier too. I was like, wait, I don't think Savage in the group no more.
I
had to mute it.
I'm like over a week. Almost 2 weeks damn near.
Almost 2 weeks. Since you left for Georgia.
Yeah, I've been popping in and out my damn self. I'm like, yo, it's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
They got no lives. I talk too much. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, I be in my office sometimes like, man, I want to talk, but then I be like, if I'll get started, this shit just gonna go.
Never gonna end, nigga. It's like niggas don't work. Niggas don't work for real. They lying. They say they got jobs. There's no fucking way you got a job and you're on that shit.
Shout out to Johnny who takes 42 naps. She's a 62-year-old name. She takes more naps than the niggas who go to work. But like I said, it's huge. It means a lot to some people. It's just like, sure. It's a small internet thing and whatever and this and that.
Let them
everything starts out somewhere. You know what I mean? Google wasn't the biggest thing ever when it started out.
Started out in the garage.
Can I be me real quick? Everything starts small, but some of y'all still small. Stop playing.
I mean, she ain't lying though.
Yeah.
She ain't lying.
Surprise, motherfucker.
But
the facts are here.
But like I said, needless to say, I want to thank Amron for like I said, believing in me enough to, like I said, bring me on and trust me with the vision of and help carrying and bringing more. Like I said, my main focus is bringing more dope content, bringing more dope podcasters to the label, and making sure that everybody get their just due, man. Because it's a lot of dope.
Oh wait, we a label now? Oh shit! Now I gotta put that. I'm on the label.
Yeah.
I'm on the fucking label, bitch.
But it's like I said, it's a dope thing, and it's a opportunity I couldn't say no to. I mean, how can I?
Facts.
Amron has believed in the show since day one of bringing me on Opulence Radio, bringing us on Opulence Radio. I ain't gonna say we was one of the founding shows of the Opulence Radio, but we was right there when it got started, man.
Ground level.
So
that's what's up.
It's been a long time coming. She said it herself. She's like, I wanted to do this like 6 months ago, but it's a lot going on, so I can understand the timing is everything. But with that being said, like I said, I'm honored. I'm happy. I'm not gonna change too much. The hoodies might go away. You might see a little more of Triple H with a little more little suit game popping, a little more corporate.
It's gonna be the t-shirts that look like a suit.
If I come on this screen,
the t-shirt with the tie. No, it's gonna be the t-shirt with the clip on.
You got on the suit, I'm gonna cuss your ass out.
I'm just saying, I'm not gonna try to change too much. I've been, like I said, trying to come to terms with it because, like I said, it's huge. It ain't nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean? It's a huge opportunity, huge honor. But enough about me. we
Nah,
have
DC, hold on. You be more shocked than the bitches when Maury say you are not the father. You be more shocked than them bitches.
I do, because I only been doing this for
because
years.
no one still knows how fast those camera people can run. I swear to God,
Them
they are
niggas
still
is track stars. When they
Ain't
hired them, they asked them if they could run a 100-meter dash.
collegiate level,
Pretty
like
much.
damn near Olympic.
So with that, like I
Yeah.
said, with that being said, the opportunity is immense. I'm going to relish it. I can't wait to really dive into the job and really just like I said, continue to bring y'all dope content. There's a lot of things on the horizon for Options Radio and the people that's a part of it. I don't know how much I can say, but there's something about a content house going on next year. But you didn't hear that from me.
Hey yo, I'm not participating.
But
you niggas is wild.
But you didn't hear that from me. So, like I said, without further ado, we got a dope guest tonight, and I want to be able to give him his time. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
Okay. I don't want to jump into your story, but your story is one that when I seen it, I was like, damn, people definitely got to see this. Nothing short of a miracle. So
That's a
I
fact.
won 3-star you were a collegiate athlete, 3 different sports. Now you're an author, entrepreneur, a self-published author. Like, you have a lot of titles, brother.
Life
and-
coach.
Yeah, life coach.
Yeah.
Motivational speaker. Let's keep going.
Like, you do a lot, but
Glass ceiling is broken.
yeah. But there was almost a point where you weren't almost with us. So let's jump into first, what it is that you do. But then I definitely want you to tell the people, your story.
So I just talk about what I do right now.
Yeah.
All right.
You
right
do a lot.
now-
I know we got time.
Yeah.
But you do a lot.
Well, what I do for work regularly is like working with the kids in like through a subcontractor where I'm in the classroom either with teachers as a teacher assistant or the kids with special needs. When I show up in the school buildings, there is no introduction. The kids just gravitate towards me naturally, respectfully. And I know their families and a bunch of other things. And I used to work in the after school sports program for football, basketball, track and field, and sometimes wrestling, just more helping out with the events. But then last year I officially retired because I felt like it was time for me to do something new. I did it for several years while going to college, and it was time to move forward, eventually. And then, of course, I started my own business, LLC, Poetic LLC, where it involves life coaching, me being a self-published author, keynote speaker, poetry workshops, entrepreneur, sometimes a health advocate. And then, as of November 2022, I became a self-published author through Ingram Spark.
Okay.
I swear, I bring a guest on here and they do too much. Like, wait, every time I bring somebody on, I think I'm doing something.
Look, DC about to revert back to the hoodies. He was like,
Yeah.
She about to yeah, fuck that shit. I felt
Every
some type
time.
of way.
But
The hoodie gotta come back.
also want to mention that you're a mental health advocate, which is huge.
Yeah,
especially
like for
now.
example, I'm not gonna say everything. Just I'll just say, the type of car accident I suffer from. Most people are, still addicted to the drugs since we're like experiencing still an opioid addiction. I don't have that addiction. So I went from a Christmas list full of medicines to none.
wow.
No. Talk
So-
about it.
Let's get into that because you were in a terrible car accident. What I don't know how much of it you want to kind of relive or talk about.
I could go all in.
Oh, okay. Hey, man, because some
Let's
people,
go.
some people only want to touch the surface and be like, "Yeah, I was in a car accident," and leave it at that. But every story I feel like needs to be heard, and yours is no exception. So what exactly happened?
I was helping out this nonprofit organization at the time it was called Children Deserve a Chance Foundation, but they rebranded to Atalo. And the CEO was Jordan Steffi. He graduated from Conestoga Valley High School, Maryland University, where he was a quarterback, and Columbia University for his MBA. The goal was to raise funding by selling Dewsbury watches for the inner city youth and use the funding for his program. We was at this golf place. There was 2 different shifts for breakfast and lunch. We exceeded expectations. Everything was good. We took our pictures. A speech was given. Everybody leaves. What ended up happening was, in my situation, is I tell people all the time, like, the last time I remember seeing before a car accident is passing the shopping centers on Route 30 in Lancaster, PA, and this gas station that was there. The car accident took place in Paradise, Pennsylvania, where my driver ran into an 18-wheeler on the opposite road.
Shit.
Yeah, it backed up traffic for both ways, east and west, for at least 5 miles. And I don't remember the car. It's like a situation where I'm there when it happens, but I don't remember anything.
All right.
It's probably because of the injuries I'm about to go into pretty soon. When that car accident happened, it made headlines, news, radio, some podcasts back in the day, and it was real horrific. Unfortunately, 2 people passed away. A child did, and the driver did. My aunt was the passenger. She suffered broken bones in her leg. My cousin on the other far end, he didn't get no injuries, but he witnessed what happens. As for me, I was behind the driver, and I ended up becoming a mathematical equation. 99% chance of death versus 1% chance of life. Like, can you imagine, like, the police directing traffic while putting up the yellow tape? Can you imagine the fire department cutting the car in half with the jaws of life? And can you imagine the ambulance people taking my pulse to see if I'm still alive? Because the injuries I suffered was the seatbelt ended up cutting fractured my aorta, and then it cut into my aorta. So I should have died within 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot of blood loss.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it just didn't happen. And the nearest hospital is like 30 minutes away.
Damn.
Shit.
Yeah, so that happened. And, my injuries that took place was the aorta, torn aorta, fractured collarbone, left black eye. Then there was a concussion. My wrist got hurt. Lost over 60 pounds. And, when I got to the hospital, it was like, I'm just using my imagination based on what people told me. It was like I wasn't going to make it, but they still wanted to do the high-risk surgery anyway. And this doctor got called. He had to stop what he had to do doing. And they got to work on the surgery. And there's a lot of people waiting inside the visiting room. It became overcrowded. It was so packed that, there's people standing in the hallway.
Damn.
And beyond. While the surgery was going on, it was it's like watching the show ER, where it's like beep, beep, that sound going off. Just using my imagination, and then, people checking the pulse, doing what they could do. And eventually, the surgery happened, it got completed, but they thought I died on the table.
Oh, wow.
They thought I died on the table because normally when someone has that high risk surgery, they wake up like a blink of an eye. I didn't do that. And the one woman was crying at the end of her shift, like, wow. So they allowed me to be on that morphine medicine for days at a time. And then one day I woke up on cloud 9.
I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I woke up, like I don't know what's going on because I'm not in my conscious. I'm in the subconscious.
Mhm.
And that same woman who cried, same woman who looked at me like, wow. And then she cried tears of joy because it gave her closure in the sense that she didn't lose a patient on the operating
Mhm.
table.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when I finally did wake up in a normal state where there wasn't as much drugs in me, I woke up in the IC unit with 2 IVs in my veins. I got this thing on my finger.
Oh,
I
I see.
got a
Yeah.
catheter. But no one was trying to tell me what happened for the first 2 or 3 days.
Mm.
And when they did tell me, I was just shocked. Like, wow, how could this be? At first, I thought I was the only person who went through the car accident. Turns out everyone who was in the car with me experienced it.
God, that's a ripper.
So,
Mm.
cause man, like it's just because I don't know too many people who, kind of survived something like that, or I don't want to say was on the other side for a while, but as you were out, there's a lot going on. Did you feel, kind of any different while you were on the table, or it just was kind of a nothingness, if that makes sense?
You talk about on the operating table?
Yes.
I don't remember that. I don't remember anything. I think it's
Man.
because of that concussion.
It's
Yeah,
it's
'cause
it's almost like it's almost like the concussion was the blessing to not know how much trauma you went through, that your body was going through.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
just like
was.
but the fact that you came out of it, like,
because the fact that you had your aorta cut and you was
yeah,
bleeding out, that's not something a lot of people survive. It's, that's a major artery. I mean, we all took health. We know that that is one of the things that carries a lot of blood. So the fact that you was able to survive that, but also, go through this traumatic experience and not really, I don't know how much of the mental trauma you had after you came through, but during the experience, it was kind of almost like he said, the concussion was kind of that saving, like, preservation type thing. Um, but yeah, when I seen that, when I seen what you, I was like, man, that to survive that, to have a 99% is on damn near 100. Like,
yeah,
That's the
any
first
way
thing
you
I
look at it.
seen.
yeah.
That's the first thing I seen. I said, wait, 99%, not 1%.
Just the inspiration of knowing that somebody was 99%, near death and survived and pulled through. And it's not only doing well, but doing, 10 times more than you would imagine. There's people who go through
Phenomenal.
these car accidents and they're never the same again, whether
Right.
not being able to walk right or their mentals is all messed up. For you to be able to not only have this experience, but tell about it, but also show that you can come out on the other side and still, be right is, like I said, nothing short of amazing. Like I said, when I seen it, I was like, man, that is something that I've never experienced, and I don't know how I'll handle it, but to be able to, hear that just gives you hope. Like, okay, there's more to the world than just what we see, where people, um, pass away, because you were on death's door, but you came out on the other side, which, like I said, is nothing short of amazing. Um, so now you're a self-published author, motivational keynote speaker, entrepreneur. Like, you have about 50,000 hats in your closet alone, brother. You doing the work. Um, what do you feel is the most giving part of what you do? Like, which part of the hats that you wear is like, I enjoy this the most?
I enjoy being like the keynote speaker where I could be more myself in the school buildings, a college setting, a conference. Hopefully, I could do this in corporate America. It's just be more of my authentic self because, like, in a school setting, I have to be more supposedly professional, but I can still have fun with the kids. But when I get on that stage and a microphone in my hand, it's like I got the control. Only thing the administrator can do is let me ride this out.
Mm-hmm. Oh
And
yeah.
then I get to speak to the kids in a way that not necessarily more trying to intimidate them. It's more just telling my story, telling my experience, telling them what I overcame, and then also telling them the backstory of growing up in a single parent household of 5 and having an estranged relationship with my father. And that's where it hits at home for the kids. Like, okay, he's more than just a guy in the cafeteria, the lunchroom, recess. And they can say, my dad's not there for me. Or I grew up in a single parent household. And that's what gravitates everything in. I kind of like bridge the gap. The other thing is like so many administrators, teachers, and librarians try to tell kids is you can write your own book, but yet those same people didn't even do it themselves first. But once the principals start buying my books off of me, now they use it in like professional development. Show a kid who's acting up like, what are you acting up for? And this is what Ethan went through. Or they could say, all right, you want to write your own book? Learn from Ethan. He's a self-published author. And then when the parents find out about it, like, they're gravitated toward me even more. Besides the sports programs I was involved with. And then the community at large sees the progress. God exceeds expectations.
Oh yes, definitely.
And then, originally I wasn't comfortable like talking about it until life happens. Like, for example, about a year into the recovery, the one guy invited me to camp, playing video games, having the time of my life. I was an adult compared to the teenagers. He pretty much challenged me to, encouraged me to share my testimony at the campfire. And when I got done, I humbled I felt exalted and humbled to the point where I had to get away from people. It's like so much emotion is in me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just need that long time. It wasn't until my recent interview where the guy said something I never heard before, and that's survivor's remorse.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to ask you about that because, like you said, the driver died. There was a child who passed away. A lot of people don't think about survivor's remorse or, the toll that it can take on you when you don't address it properly.
Especially when you're not sure what it is you're feeling or going through.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was experiencing with each anniversary because I was just wondering why is this feeling coming across me around this time? I understand what I'm going through. This eventually, either in the middle of the day or something happens during the day, calmness or peace happens for whatever reason happens. It was just unexplainable.
You know what that is? That's them letting you know that everything is okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, basically don't worry about them or feel, of course you're going to have your feelings, but that's kind of what that is. And ain't nothing but God talking to you as well.
Yeah.
That's all that is going, wrapped in one. Oh, dang it, DC. I'm on my humble today.
I see you.
No, but it is. That's basically saying, like she said, it's saying that you're okay. And plus, with the work that you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you're designed and meant to do that. It's like, I'm kind of speechless, really. I'm just like, yo, there's no reason. There's no reason.
Chris speechless, probably once or
Yeah.
twice.
It rarely happens. I kind of recover. I recovers from it.
I know it's dope. It's dope. All of it.
Yeah, there's more to the story, like the recovery process and going through more adversities on top of adversities.
Oh, we got time, brother. I mean, if you want to get into it.
Oh,
Yeah,
This is your show. This ain't my show.
Okay. Like, for example, it's one thing to survive the car accident physically. Now there's the mental, emotional stuff. Like, for example, when I was in that ambulance ride, the EMT guy put the tube too far down my throat. And then when I start eating again while I was in rehab, the banana wouldn't go down. And that's when I end up on a feeding tube for several months.
Jeez.
That delayed the recovery process. That delayed me gaining weight. I had to keep that thing clean around my belly button. I had to put everything in. And then I'm doing rehab at the same time where someone's telling me you got to walk from here to the other side of the room. We got to do these next exercises, do the speech therapy, learn how to pick up a beanbag off the floor. I'm used to picking up grocery bags from Walmart or Target, but here I am picking up a beanbag. That right there is humbling as a whole, because a beanbag's so light, and a beanbag's usually for like cornhole or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's something most people take advantage of.
That's a fact. That's a
I'm
fact.
trying-
We
I'm
all over
trying
here
not
trying
to
to
get
figure it
Yeah,
out.
because bro, like this, like I'm trying.
It's touching, it's shocking, it's crazy. It definitely have your mind like in a million different questions, but you don't know which way to ask it or how to ask it. You just like, shit, how do I say these things? I see it all over your face, DC. You like, yeah.
Well, because I'm not
got
gonna
it,
lie,
but I
like
can't
we
get it.
take advantage of, or take for granted being able to do the simplest of tasks,
Right.
and hearing him say like, "Oh yeah, I used to pick up groceries at Walmart. Now I'm struggling to kind of pick up a beanbag." It makes you think like sometimes we don't think about how good we have it, and it can be humbling, because like we think about like, oh, I'm big and strong, and then one day I'm gonna be weak as fuck. You don't
Right.
think about that, or think like, hey man, there could be something that happens to where I can't do the things normally that I take for granted now. So it's just hearing this, it's not only just like, it makes you think about not just like mortality, but just people need to appreciate even the small things.
The small things always.
When you living in the
'Cause-
world, when you live in this world of just hate, it's just no other way to put it, hate and selfishness and whatnot, and then realizing something so small, something
True.
so minute, and you're like, yeah, this person here fought back from the brink of death, literally, and you're talking about you being late for work or something.
Get y'all friend in this comment.
Black Spartan.
Get y'all friend in this comment. Well, why?
Technically,
It
the
is.
pinky toe is
It
a
is.
balancer. You don't think
You-
about
I mean,
it.
I know, but why? What the bad boy artist had to do with it?
It
Well,
drives home the point.
yeah, the bad boy artists like sign bad deals because they didn't do their homework and have the right lawyers.
Exactly.
And
It
then they
nothing to do
complain
with
about
us
the deal in the
toes.
aftermath.
Yeah, no, that was on them.
No, he's not. But
No,
He's not wrong. No,
So-
you're not wrong.
you got
how
it.
long was the rehab process?
Oh
let's-
man, let's see, at least 2 to 3 months, because I was in there for at least a month, like putting in the work, even at my lowest strength, and then when I finally was able to walk on my own, because eventually, the doctor was telling me if I start making progress with the walking, they're gonna put me on blood thinners, because a person's supposed to walk around or at least move 1/4 or half a mile a day to at least prevent a blood clot.
Mm.
So
I
that
did
became
not
a
know
challenge.
that.
That became a challenge from the
Okay, now.
doctor. And then
I see
there's
why a
also
little
the
white girl
situation
walk
of being on a feeding tube where I'm used to eating by mouth, drinking by mouth.
Right.
I can't even do that. If I were to do that, the consequences are pneumonia. And that make everything much worse than what it would have been already.
Mm.
Because once you get pneumonia, well, anything can happen. It can get worse or get better, but it's not worth finding out.
No,
No.
not at all. I don't think nobody would ever like, you know what? I want to try pneumonia today. The fact that
Yeah.
this is off subject, and I know it's a serious thing, but the fact that pneumonia sounds like pneumonia but has a P in front of it fucks me up. I don't know if anybody else. I'm sorry, I'm weird like that, but
No.
I'm sorry. It's just
It's
It's
silent
weird.
like the G in lasagna. Is that what you're
Yeah,
trying
like
to
this-
do?
off subject. I'm sorry. We do that from time to time.
Yeah, we
But-
definitely go left and then come back.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But the whole process, you know what I mean? you get the car accident, you're given 99%, 1% chance of living. You know what I mean? And you battle back, the feeding tube. I know about the feeding tube because my grandma had one, and she used to have to get inshore all day long, and you just pour it in the cylinder and it goes through, but you gotta hold it up at a like that takes a lot. You know what I mean? That's a lot of stuff you're not used to doing as a normal person who has all their faculties. So it's rough. And then, the walking and the neck exercise, like you're going through so much. Was there at any point in that you kind of felt like had a low moment, like, or was it kind of all just you was positive through the whole situation?
It's a combination of a lot of things. Like, for example, when I was on all those medicines, like, for example, if you were to shake, one of your crew members' hands like this, you would feel that tingling sensation naturally. But when I'm on that medicine, my body got desensitized. Hearing, seeing, touch, feel, emotionally. Because there was still pain from that car accident that was still ongoing.
Right.
Yeah, and I give the example, well, let's say I shake somebody's hand with an oven mitt. You're not going to feel that sensation because the medicine is the barrier that blocks the nerves endings. And back to the example of the oven mitt is the barrier.
Yeah.
And that's what was happening for quite a while because I was on that medicine, a list of medicine for longer than I was supposed to. And I was just glad to finally be off of that stuff. But eventually, when you get off of that stuff, come back to reality and start thinking about all this stuff more thoroughly than usual. Then it's also the part of finally being able to eat and drink again by mouth. Starting off with the soft foods, something light. Then the stomach gets used to like producing that natural acid all over again. I had a lot of downtime with the recovery. Looking out the windows, looking at television shows. And, people have to adjust around me as far as not eating around me because I feel like I'm teasing them. But I tell them, back then I'm like, well, there's not much I can do. It's not like I got dentures. Yeah. But all seriousness aside, it just became a situation where it's more adapting because I never been through that before. I've been through adversity of being in poverty, like having a strange relation with my father, single parent household, and being in a education system that wasn't always fair to people, and then life happening. But this was a whole nother situation. It's not like you can experience it for the moment and it just goes away. It's not like that. It's more the marathon, and then it goes away. And it was just a journey where it's like, were there going to be better days ahead or not? And every day was always something different. It's not like something you can predict. Like I remember the days of people visiting me in the hospital, rehab, at my house. And then when I finally was able to eat again, people were taking me out to eat, and they took care of the bill.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
They better.
Yeah. And then it became a situation where, I was like, wow, I am appreciated. And then when I finally start gaining all that weight again, start walking again, and then, there's more adversity that did happen. Like, I'll tell you one part I mentioned in the book. Basically, I get a call from my stepmom. She tells me, oh, I want to meet you at this place, pick you up. She picks me up. She brings in my younger brother with her. So we go out to eat. Everything seemed cool and everything. And then she dropped the news on me. My dad's not going to help me get my life back together. I thought things would change by this guy showing up to the rehab, the hospital, take me out to get a haircut. I'm like, I've never seen this side before. Was his heart touched or something? And then next thing you know, it's like somebody ended up going right back to his ways before. And, I'm like, what's going on here? You called me all the way out here just for this?
Right.
Right.
And then, it kind of reminded me of the story of the Bible where the king first let the people go once his son got lost to that plague. But eventually, once the plague passed, and he came to the senses like, oh, I need those people back to build these statues and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
It became that 360 change. But what ended up happening in the whole situation was, there was other people that did help me in the recovery process. Would get my driver's license, getting the job and going to college. And then one day I did meet my dad again. There was 2 different occasions. The one occasion was, at a funeral. That's unfortunate. That's happened, more often. The other occasion was just an exciting occasion because he didn't see it coming. I ended up driving back to where I used to live at in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, with a brand new car, 2016 Honda Civic, right from the showroom. I felt like a new man. That's the same time I met the guy who I'm named after. Saw other people, they were very happy for me. Then I remember, having my picture taken near this tennis court in Coatesville. I walked back to my car. My dad shows up at the light, and that's when he yelled. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I guess it's one of those situations where I'll paraphrase it and say, somebody that see this happen, they can't take credit for it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
He saw you in a brand new car and was like, God damn.
Right.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
For sure.
Some people would tell me wanted to just drive to his house and show off the new car. And I was like, there's no need.
I ain't even gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I'm petty as fuck. I would have rolled that motherfucker with fuck my daddy playing on the loudspeaker, all the windows down and the sunroof open, nigga, and I'm beeping the horn crazy too. Nigga, you ain't shit.
Drive by slow too.
And I'm driving by real slow. I might jump out and let it drive itself for a minute.
Hey, no, you gotta go past and then come back.
Yeah.
And then do it again.
Get that look.
I mean, that was an idea that was suggested to me by a couple of people, but I realized there's no need for me to show them because eventually, word's gonna spread right back to him. So it's a situation where he probably heard about it, and then to see it, there you will now you see someone's fruits of labor,
right?
Yeah,
and it's brand new. And you can't say anything wrong about it.
Yeah, got to make you feel like shit, and I hope it does.
Well, I mean, it did in a more
because everything you did,
way,
you did it.
Because I remember when I finally got my driver's license. I was happy. I took the picture, posted on the internet. Close to 300 likes and 10 shares and over 100 comments. And I didn't expect that type of, reaction from it.
Right.
Yeah. So moving forward from that situation, it's like, I use that story to tell people that it's sometimes in life that you're going to have to do things without people that's supposed to be there for you. 'Cause I remember this saying, not everyone that comes with you goes with you.
Ooh.
Yep. There it is. There it is.
That's it right there. Oh God.
There it is.
That's it, Ethan. Say it again.
You think it's a game? Get fired on these bitches one time.
Yeah. The quote I learned was, not everybody that comes with you goes with you.
He just spoke a word right there. That's the end of the show. Good night, guys.
So that quote I've heard, many different ways. Life is a journey. Not everybody's gonna make it to the finish line with you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of them quotes that I love because and I don't want to keep going back to the accident, but you were in this accident and you think your father would be, like, damn, Dad, I'm fucked up. I'm 1% away from life. I might not be here. And you still didn't want to do nothing. But the fact that you overcame that part too, to still be where you are, brand new car, I I can't help but be awe inspired, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's, you know what I mean? Because we deal with death every day. I mean, it's more prominent than not. But that's those survivors, you know, the people who survive, who make it through, and don't let it poison them. Because you see so many stories of people who go through these horrific accidents and they become bitter, and they become angry, and they're mad at the world and fuck everybody, and they drink themselves to, you know, nothingness, or they let the, like you said, the medicine. You know, you're on a litany of medicine that just could take over you at any time if you don't have, brother. You got a strong ass will. You have the
That's
strongest will
that.
I've ever met. I'm gonna have to say that you are the strongest willed person I've ever met, because to be at night, to be told you have a 99% chance of dying, and to battle back, and to keep fighting, and to, I know what it felt like to grow up in that single parent home, so I know that struggle of feeling like sometimes you weren't enough, you know, and that doubt that creeps in, especially when you have other siblings. You know, I was the oldest, so I had to take care of other people, so it's like I know that feeling. But you a strong guy. You are Teflon. Like you, brother. You like again. There's nothing like I'm trying not to. It's. I've never met somebody who, you know, kind of has me at this moment. You know, I've been doing this for a while. Heard a lot of stories. Heard a lot of, you know, met a lot of people in life. But
it's the willpower
it's
for me.
yeah. Your story was something that I was like, at first I was like, motivational speaker, you know, this and that. Then I went and checked and, you know, do my research, and I'm like, damn, like somebody being told you have 1% chance of living will break even the most average of ass man. I've seen football players get their knee broken, like, oh, you got 1% chance of playing football, and a nigga break down and just, you know, give up painkillers and, you know, doing all kind of reckless stuff. But the fact that you not only made it through that, persevered, and just became 10 times stronger to the people who, you know, kind of turned their back and was like, you ain't gonna make it. You know, like I said, to me, that's awe inspiring. That is something that everybody, if you can't get behind that, you have no fucking soul. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Are a piece of
There's no
shit.
other way to word that. There's really no other way to word that at all. To hell with those who feel that way, because when a story like yours, I can see where the motivational speaker will fall in line, because I want to ask you, you know, you working with children in schools, when you tell this type of story to them, I get in my mind, I get this, that there's a tonal shift from how they were thinking, how they were acting. You know, they might be stuck in a certain place in their life, especially if it's special needs. There's a there's a myriad of avenues for these kids to go down, and then you come with your story, and I can just imagine, like, there's got to be at least one kid in there who's probably going through straight hell for whatever reason, and then they hear your story and they're saying, if this man can fight back from the brink of death, I can do this. It's like, it's literally it's no excuses. It becomes no excuses at that point. What is that like when you talk to these kids that you were already working with prior to this, but now that this has happened, what is this like? What is that like, being in that crowd and talking to those kids and letting them know about your life story?
I mean, first I got it depends on the audience, and also what the event coordinator allows me to do, or when I'm working in the schools, what the administrators allow me. If they give me the green light, boom, I can just do what I want. Get my beginning, my middle, my end. Time for Q&A. We take some pictures. I can sell some books, sign them, and make somebody's day. And then if the parents are there, they want to shake my hand. They want to take pictures with me. And, it's like I never imagined all this happening when I was in the hospital, rehab, or being at home on that feeding tube. It's more like the work and being part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Steve Harvey said, you got to jump.
Yes.
Some of the jumps were,
you get some
getting
scrapes and
my
bruises.
license, getting my license, going to college, graduated from there twice, from a community college and a university. And the bigger jump was starting up my own business and being encouraged to write an autobiography, and being encouraged to make sure the website's done the correct way. It's a lot of jumps I had to take to grow. Cause I realized the key to success is stepping outside your comfort zone.
Yep.
You never lie.
And I realized, some of the things I'm doing is just, there was some help, but I had to do the work. Put out my own money, put out my own vision, and then bring other people to contribute to make things come to light. Like, for example, the book, I had a person that I knew for several years. She out-edited along another person. The difference is the one person, graduated from college. The other person is a teacher with a master's degree. And then the other person who helped design everything, I knew her through the program. We use Adobe Illustrator. As far as the professional picture in the book, that was taken care of by somebody. The one thing that stands out about my book is normally 1 or 2 forewords. I have 8.
Damn, that's a lot of love.
It's a lot of love. It's a lot.
That is a lot of love.
Yeah.
It was,
and I think it's inspiring, because I think if you have the life that you've led already, right? And to have those people see you work these projects with you, saying like it's almost like they like, we gotta help him do this. It's not a pity party thing. It's just like, look, if he's pushing himself out here to take this jump, to do this.
2 things. I've always heard people help those who help themselves. So that's why people are helping you, because they seen you put in the work. And faith without works is dead. How old are you? That's the other question I've been wanting to ask.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna believe this. I'm actually 35. My birthday's next month.
Hey, you look.
You a
I thought he was
Taurus or a
I thought he
Gemini?
was younger than that.
Oh my God, bro! You look.
The hell with his age. You a
down, he
Taurus
was
or
like
a
in his
Gemini?
20s.
Gemini.
Oh, shit.
Nah.
Don't mind her. She.
Thought you was in the best part of May. Sorry.
Excuse our zodiac zoologist.
Nah, okay.
But no, because you look. That's why I'm like, see, I thank you, because I was like, man, bro, got to be like 24. This can't be.
Nah, I definitely thought he was in his 20s for sure.
Yeah, so for real.
For sure.
I used to be in my 20s.
Yeah, but hold on. So here's the thing. Yeah, of course we all did at one point in years.
Sometime in life we definitely was.
Yeah, at some point in life we was all 20 something. Some women are still 20 something in their 50s, but that's neither here nor there. But no, the reason why I asked that, and the reason why I say this, is because you've been through a lifetime of stuff. Like, right. But you don't look like what you've been through, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
You know what I mean? Like, you see some people who are 20 and they look like they're 50, like they've been through a lot.
That's a problem.
Yes, but you've been through a car accident, poverty. You've been through so much, and you look in your youth, like, brother, you still got your youth.
Well, I mean, it's a combination of a lot of things. First, a mix, African, Puerto Rican, and there's some Indian. There is some Indian. There's also some European. Also, I learned that having a strong mitochondria and eating healthy and just not doing anything that ages the body. But it all starts with mental health decisions, like, do you want to go on the right path or wrong path? And everyone has a choice to make. Because the resources are out there more than ever, whether it's counseling, therapy, group support, AAU, suicide hotline. There's also counseling available online, whether it's to a video chat. You know, there's really no excuses for people not to get the help. This is a matter of person has to want the help on an individual level. And, you know, for me personally, you know, the things I went through before the car accident, I look back on certain things, I realize maybe I should have been in counseling, but it's a situation where all that experience and stuff I endured, you know, it wasn't my decision, it's more, and not throwing anyone in the bus, it's more the environment I was living in the single parent household. And I talk about that journey in the book. And I just want to give the audience a sneak peek of the chapters or the contents. Basically, it goes from the 8 forewords to the author's preface, intro. Chapter 1, my upbringing in a single parent household. Chapter 2, man leaving me. Chapter 3, Lancaster, PA. Chapter 4, finding God. Chapter 5, car accident recovery, the day my life changed forever. Chapter 6, homelessness. Chapter 7, further my education. Chapter 8, breaking the cycle. Chapter 9, clarity. Chapter 10, blessings, awards, and interviews. Chapter 11, Randy M. Vaughn. Chapter 12, my path with poetry. Chapter 13, acknowledgments, thanks, appreciation, and recognition. Then after that goes into appendix for the author's biography. Afterward, Coastal's facts and notable people.
You touched on something.
That's what you call a book.
Well, not only that, I've seen you've been doing some interviews. You was on the news, awards. Like you've done so much that it's just it's hard not to be like, damn, what hasn't he done? Man, I don't know, brother. You are an amazing person. I'd say that much. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's rarely that I can't jump from question to question and kind of, keep it going. But I was just like, when I got the email, I was like, all right, want to do an interview? That's cool. And then, like I said, start doing my research, and it's so much like that. Even if we had, another 5 hours, I don't think we can cover everything.
Not at all.
On a different level, you know what I mean? You live in PA.
Yes.
We live in Ohio, me and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I actually frequent PA, so I know how fun it is. They laughing, I'm not. Sorry. I don't excuse them.
It's hard to take you serious when you do that.
I mean, Lancaster is not that fun, but it's okay.
No, I mean, PA is a different place.
It is.
Depends on what part you go to.
True.
Right. Don't do the whole state like that shit.
I didn't do anything. I was just,
PA is country as fuck in the north. Okay, just say that, DC.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I didn't say that. You said that. But anywho, it's not the point I was trying to
Tomato,
make.
tomato, potato.
I wasn't trying to disparage PA. I was just trying to make a point that we're close.
I just moved from PA. I mean, almost 2 years ago, so I know what the. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
PA is a fine place and a different place depending on what part you go to. Can we all agree to that?
This is agreeable.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
The chair says I.
So growing up in PA, because there's always those differences of people, like, of course, as you can see, different opinions of people outside of different states. Have you ever had a desire to leave PA, or is it just like, because you've done so much, but it's all been, you were, I don't want to say, how do I want to put this? See, now I'm struggling for the words because everybody's looking at me.
Don't look at him, Savage. Don't.
Yeah, don't look at me. But no, what I'm trying to get at is, what is next for you? Are there plans to, do like a tour or, are you enjoying the work that you're doing in PA? Because you are doing
What's
work in
next for
PA.
me is I just want to finish up the audio version of my book. I'm just waiting for the editor just to finish up editing the last chapter, then I can listen to that chapter along another chapter, critique it, listen to it, see which parts I want to do over, redo that. Then after that, it's time to copyright it to the Library of Congress, and then it's gonna be available
For
on.
real.
I'm for real.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's gonna be available through, let's see, a distribution deal through ACX, which has a deal with Audible, Amazon, and iTunes.
Okay.
So all I gotta do is once I do my work, post it on the internet, make a video about it, start promoting, and pretty much from there, people who want to listen to the audio version of the book, they can get it those 3 ways. And it's more about doing than somebody saying, "I'm gonna listen to it." All right, if you got any of those 3 accounts, do what you gotta do. After I get done the audio version of the book, I wanna move on to like doing a documentary next.
Oh yeah.
I got plenty of ideas for that. How I want to lay out everything.
Don't tell them. Please don't tell the people.
I'm not telling
Yeah,
anything.
We got a lot of thieves that listen to us, so I mean, I love our. I mean, no, we have some of the greatest listeners ever.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
But no, that is dope.
Oh my god.
Some people, are already like asking me if I'm going to write another book, and I realize in order for me to write another book, it has to be just as good, if not better.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just gonna throw rush something over there. I rather produce something that's quality, got substance, and I gotta make sure it's got that it factor. Because I don't want to have a sophomore slump.
Brother, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. The fact that you think about that lets me know that we ain't doing something right. Cause
it's just for me. It's like if I'm gonna do the second book, I might as well just have the same team I had from the first book, change up things, but then I got really dive in deep with the writing all over again, and take my time with it. The difference I would do between the first book and this book is basically I would take more time to push my publishing date further out. That way I can get people the link for pre-order sales. But overall, when it comes to my book, there's available on, let's see, Amazon, Audible, Walmart, Target, Kobo, Barnes & Noble, print on demand.
Damn.
And the title of my book is called
You lit.
Thanks. The title of my book is called The Inspirational Story of Ethan Poetic, Chronicles of Education, Adversities, Sports, Relationships, and Resiliency. And right here I got the soft cover.
It's a good picture.
DC about to start pulling up to the podcast looking like Ethan with the button up in the blazer.
Yeah. And on the back, I have 2 book cover reviews along with my biography.
Okay.
And then I got my business logo right here. And then when it comes to having books, you got to have an ISB number and barcode number. And then, of course, the quality right here is the laminated case book. Hardcover.
Hey, that boy here, lineup is fresh as shit.
Hey, he came straight for the barber like, hey, hurry up, nigga, we gotta take this picture, bro.
Yo, come on, let's do it now because some gonna grow in 2 minutes. Get it. Yes, your fucking hairline is fresh as hell. I'm sorry. The book, I see your book, I see your cover, but the hairline is fucking crazy.
Yeah, this is how the hardcover looks like this. Because when it comes to the laminated case and the soft cover, you can design it any way you want through Adobe Illustrator. But when it comes to the actual hardcover, it has to be more simplified.
Right. I like that. Oh, shucks.
I'm waiting
for your audio book because I don't read.
that whole title
I ain't
gives
gonna lie,
off
me neither.
so many thoughts.
It does.
You know, when you think about how it's set up, and then with your name, it's just like what is it's eye catching. It's what it is.
It
It's
is.
not so much. It's the title is eye catching. It's not so much the visual as the title, and you're just like, yo, this is. Let me see what's going on with it.
First of all, his name, I thought he was a poet.
Yeah.
A long story about my long story short about my last name. I actually changed it from Vaughn to Poetic in the summer of 2021 because the last name Vaughn belongs to the slave masters of my ancestors in Eastern Shore, Maryland, Cambridge, Maryland, and Churchville, Maryland. And I realized when I took my ancestry DNA test back in 2018, I had no German DNA in me. That's it.
2020.
And then I also realized why master's last name, while the descendants are, of the slave masters, which is the generations after them, are still profiting off the works of my ancestors by the millions of dollars, where they had no personal time off, no vacation days. They were working nonstop all year round. And
God damn it!
I felt like for me it was just time to do something different, and I did it. But I did get the blessing from my grandma before she passed away.
This brother is
you about to make us all go rethink our whole entire lives. I just want to let you know.
I'm gonna stop bringing inspirational ass people on here. That's no, because I thought we was getting
keep making me want to change my whole everything.
Because every time we ask him a question, it gets more profound. The man just said, "I realized I didn't want to have a slave last name, so I changed my shit." That
who said that?
Not
apparently
us,
this brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Like who
everybody listening
like,
is doing ancestry DNA. Like, whose last name do I got? There's some kids with their daddy's last. Never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was just a journey of like soul searching, research, and just really understand more of the history. Because I realized my family from way back then was actually related to the late great Harriet Tubman. She was helping people cross the Mason-Dixon line. She was helping people become free from Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and some parts of the Midwest. And yeah, she was a person who was a Renaissance making things happen. Because she cared more about the lives of other people than her own self, because she knew the way to get to freedom and how she did other people to experience absolute freedom. And my ancestors became free, I think, in the late 1700s or 1800s.
We doing so.
And when I realized that history happened,
changed my life.
And then I also realized, the real reason why people left those that area is because of work. Because that's when the industrial industry became more popular. Steel mills, factories, warehousing, blue collar work, trades. And back then you had to provide for your family, provide for significant other, make that first impression count with, for us men, that first impression count with that woman's mom and dad.
Right.
You
had to impress the family before you even impressed her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't got your cards right in that area, well, you're not gonna have that talk with the man behind closed doors about his daughter before he gives her away. Yeah.
Tell you what, if you don't have a sister in your life now, she gonna need to be on the bar.
Hey,
what do you mean? You talking about like the law firm bar or
something?
She gotta be top notch. Just
see, that's what it is.
Yeah.
She cannot come short. She cannot come short.
Hey, ladies, y'all come on, my man Ethan. Y'all better have your 401k together. Your speech better be on point. And you better
You better
know what you
already have a
doing.
book.
Right.
You better be
Yeah.
ready to talk.
So
Ancestry, all that stuff. You need to have this in line.
You need to know all of that.
My goodness.
short of being
God,
amazing
no.
and making us all feel like shit today.
Oh, you're joking around. I thought you.
Yeah.
no, we that's what we do. No, but
Yeah.
man,
I'm gonna go cry after this.
I'm
Shit.
definitely about to go cry in my pillow. Like, ain't shit.
Ain't shit.
About to go wake my wife
All
up
these
and
years
say,
of
"You
people
know
telling
what?
me ain't shit.
We need to figure something this stuff out."
Go wake your wife up. Hey, we gotta talk. We gotta reevaluate this.
How
whole
did you let me
situation.
become this man?
What were you doing that I got
Wrong
here?
with your censor that you didn't see that I was fucked up.
Oh wow.
How you fuck up like this? Jesus. This is your
You ought to
fault.
be ashamed of yourself for slumming it with me for so long.
This is your fault that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
No, but all jokes aside, man. Like I said, you are one talented and amazing brother. You've been through so much, but to be still here, come kick it with us, man, and just be an inspiration to all. I can't speak for them, so I won't. But to me, I was all inspired, man. Just hearing you speak, man, and hearing your story. You know what I mean? It's not often that we get a chance to actually sit down with someone and they make us feel like different. You know what I mean? There's done a lot of interviews here, talk to a lot of people, talk a lot of shit, but there's a lot of not a lot of opportunities to actually just hear a great story. Let me not say that like that because some people gonna be like, "Nigga, I told you about."
Damn, boy, I told you my life story. You
Yeah,
gonna tell
what
me it
I
wasn't
mean
great?
is there's stories and then there's inspirational stories. You know what I mean?
Fact.
To hear somebody was on the brink of death and fought back, rehab, and is still here, not only here but not messed up in the game. You know
Not
what I mean?
complaining, not
Yeah.
you know, shit, what's the word? You know,
Slumming
just
it, bumming it.
slumming it, bumming it, the goddamn just all on it. Like he's pushing forward to make shit happen where you got somebody that ain't been through shit feeling absolutely horrible about their
Taking
lives
6
that
naps
they're
a
not
day.
doing. They out here lifting up grocery bags and shit, and he had to really relearn how to do this shit. And y'all over here sad.
When I hear your story, Ethan, I'm reminded of Antoine Fisher. I'm reminded of Antoine. Like I'm still here. I'm still strong.
Hey, when you had that movie premiere about your life movie, just remember us. We just want to see it. Hearing it is one. Yeah, hey, William, Will was just on the same length I was on. When you make that biopic about you, just make sure that we up front because we just want to be there to see it. Because hearing it is one thing. Your movie about your life, yeah, we got
not a documentary, a biopic.
I want to, because you need to sell this story.
No, Will, not Denzel playing, not Denzel playing. John Boyega. John Boyega.
I mean, if for me to do the movie, you know, I'll say hypothetically, I gotta make sure I own everything outright. The script,
I know that's right.
Yes.
The residuals. Then there's also the distribution, and there's also illegal stuff involved, and of course, trademark, patent, and copyright the script. Therefore,
then you don't have a problem because you got that line.
The fact that you know all of that, you're good.
Yeah.
You're fucking great.
You ahead of 90% of people who trying to make a movie right now, and they ain't got half that shit. They just like, I got a camera.
I wrote a couple lines. You know,
you got a 2-movie script and a Polaroid camera.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, you know, it's a matter of just learning. Like, for example, from Bruce Lee's experience, where he came to America, they weren't trying to give him a chance. But he ended up becoming, once he became, I'll say it like this, once he grew his audience more in Asia, now America wanted to invest in movies with him. Mm-hmm. Then you also looked at Tyler Perry, you know, it took him several times for his play to get right. He was willing to risk going broke and homeless.
At one point, he was sleeping in his car.
Yeah.
He definitely, but that's the story, you know.
And then then eventually the place sold out to the point where he ended up making his movie. That was a great success. Then he brought on a team of people. Now he owns his own studio he want without people telling him what to do about his overhead.
Yeah.
And then you can look at Steve Harvey, the woman, made fun of him in front of all the class, all because he had a stuttering problem or a speech impediment problem. But once he outgrew that, became a multi-millionaire. Now, and then he starts sending TV to that same woman who made fun of it and rubbed it in, not rubbing it in her face, it's more so a reminder, hey, here's a television, see me on television. You remember when you told me you said I wasn't gonna be on television? It's part of that karma where some people start eating their own words for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and midnight snack. And then I jokingly say, they eat so much that they have to floss their teeth. Canal. They gotta get some polygrip for the dentures.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how much they gotta eat, and then they might need an acid reflux pill for all the acid building up for all that eating.
Yo,
they need a purple Nexium.
Yeah, I'll stop right there.
He came with the jokes like, hold on. He said, yeah, so keep on doing that.
So what you're saying is keep your words soft and sweet because you may have to eat them.
Yes,
pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah, another story I can say is like Denzel's story. He grew up in a certain part of New York, but his mom decided to move him and the family to a different part of New York. I think they were living in Rochester, New York, or some area where Heavy Denim used to live.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Yonkers, but it was some area. And, when he talks about his story now, like his mom gave him the best gift ever, which was starting over. Because when he looks back on some of his childhood friends, they're either in jail, working a 9 to 5, or dead, or they made it out and they're part of his true friends who didn't care about the Hollywood or the limelight or that red carpet that's going to be rolled up at the end of the movie premiere. Because they knew when he was growing up in the same environment as them, and they were his true friends before they became true friends. There's plenty of stories I could tell you, but ultimately, I'll tell you one story before I start writing on this book. Words start spreading around, and eventually I got contacted by a publishing company. I told them, yeah, it's true. I'm going to write an autobiography. So they sent this contract over in the email. I looked over it. It looked good on paper. I asked them some questions, and basically they passed that. But then the deal breaker was two things. The first part was they said if I would have signed with them, and this is where they showed their hand, and we're not even playing poker. They said if I would have signed with them and they choose my story for a movie, they will own the lion's shares rights of it.
Oh, no.
Nope.
So they're already thinking about a multi-million-dollar idea off of me, and we haven't had a cup of coffee, tea, a latte, a smoothie, or a frappuccino. Or eggs sunny side up.
They already messed up.
And then I realized, hypothetically, I could do what Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, and Tyler Perry did and currently doing. Make my own film independently. Make my own music soundtrack independently. Cut out the middleman and find new middleman for the distribution of the deal. Therefore, it's not that I stole the idea. It's just they showed me their hand, and life is sometimes the cards that you're dealt. And when I was dealt those hands, I knew what to do with them.
Yeah, they wanted too much for nothing.
The minute you said the lion's share, I'm like, yo, that'll be a no, dog. That'll be for me. A no for me, dog.
Out on that.
I'll pass. No thanks.
Yeah, and people. That's crazy how people want to try to do you like that because they see dollar signs at you in front.
Of course, that's the first thing they see. Well, that's the only thing they see. 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, when that happened, I'm like, it was like I was feeling like I see what you want to do with this, but I'm gonna have to pass. But then I see what I could potentially do in the future to make this happen. And it opened up my eyes in the sense of somebody saw $1 million idea, multi-million-dollar idea in me, and they didn't see me face to face, and we're already having a conversation. And then it leads me to the other story of Master P, who came from the Calio projects, where him and his brother took a flight over to California to meet Jimmy Iovine, who was in charge of Interscope. And once Jimmy Iovine offered him $1 million advance, he told him, Master P and his brother decided to talk in the hall or somewhere, and they're like, if this guy is thinking about giving us $1 million, we're probably worth more than this.
Damn right.
Exactly.
Absolutely, for sure.
And then they went back to Jimmy Iovine and said, "Oh, we're gonna get lunch. We'll be back." And then Jimmy Iovine said, "You don't come back, you're not gonna have a record deal."
Yeah. So
So they went back to the Calio projects and everything independently. And Master P, he may be from the ghetto, maybe from the streets, whatever, but he has a heart of gold because not only did he make it out of the Calio projects, became a multi-billionaire, he started creating jobs for other people through his movie, clothing, restaurant. Even when the Calio projects went through that Hurricane Katrina thing, he helped develop a partnership to redevelop the Calio projects back up and the surrounding areas. So he produced even more jobs for people in the construction company, the blueprints, the architects, the engineers, the people for the construction, for the paving of the roads, the signs.
So much business. Yeah, Master P's story is dope. Just the way he, like you said, he was selling CDs out of the back of his trunk.
Yeah.
Just to make it. So
when you got grind in you like that, it does transfer well over into business because you know what to expect. Supply and demand. You know what's going on. You know about taking the cut and everything else and overhead. And you just know how to run it. And for people to, like you said, when they see what the project or what you bring to the table can make them a ton of money, and they think they can get over on you, they will do everything in their power to do so. They will do everything in their power.
You won't sign this before you walk out of here. We're going to go to somebody else. All right, Dan.
See you later.
Threaten me with a good time. I'm out.
I'm just glad it was just a conversation on the phone, not them talking to me over dinner. Because that's usually a key to a man's heart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you give me a steak, I might sign anything. I ain't gonna lie.
Steak and potatoes.
Hey, I'm signing.
This a damn good.
This is juicy steak. This with butter.
This truffle butter. Shit.
You said sign where now? Initial here? Okay. Dated for prosperity. All right.
Universally perpetuity and all that other stuff.
That means forever or a lifetime.
Yeah.
As long as I can get a couple of these steaks in my lifetime, we might be all right.
Can we upgrade from the porterhouse to the tomahawk?
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, I definitely sign that motherfucker. Again, man, I appreciate you coming on here. Dope story, dope person, man. You're a bright individual. Can't wait to see what's next. Before we get out of here, I want you to tell the people where they can find you at. Get all your everything you got going on, and leave them with a bit of a nugget of information. Don't give them too much because they'll steal your ideas. Trust me.
They're a bunch of fans. They're a bunch of fans.
Let's see. When it comes to finding me, let's start with my website, EthanSpeaks.com. Again, EthanSpeaks.com. When it comes to my social media, I got the same username for my Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. It's Ethan Poetic 23. Again, Ethan Poetic 23. Then on Facebook, there's 2 profiles. There's Ethan Poetic, the poetry page where I, share inspirational information, powerful quotes, and certain things like certain videos that could be life changing for people. Then again, there's Ethan Vaughn. That's spelled VAUGHN. Facebook has yet to change my last name on it, even though I gave him all the legal information. Then on LinkedIn, I'm Ethan Poetic. Then on Twitter, I'm Ethan V23. Then on my YouTube channel, I am Ethan Poetic, where you get to see all my speeches, my accomplishments, my interviews, me giving thanks to people and giving respect where respect is due. And of course, let's see where you can buy my book. You can buy my book directly from me, and I'll sign and autograph it. I'll just make sure to charge you for just the book, the shipping, handling, and you just tell me where your address is or PO box is, and I'll mail it to you. Take a screenshot of the tracking number, and therefore everyone can keep track of it. There's no mix up. But if you just want to buy the book, print on demand through Amazon, Walmart, Target, Barnes & Noble, Kobo. Right now it's available as a soft cover, hardcover, ebook. What I can leave you with the nugget is today is there's several nuggets I can leave you with. Like the first one is, being service to other people. Like what it means is to care about somebody else's life than you do your own life. When the fire department, the police, the ambulance, the people in the hospital and rehab, they care more about my life than they did about theirs during that time period. Whether it's for the hour, that day, a season, because they saw a need and I had to pay my respects to them because every single person contributed towards saving my life, but helped me get to this point. The other quote I can leave you with is, I went from victim to victor.
Yes. I ain't never lied on that one.
Talk your shit right now, Ethan. Go ahead. Talk your shit.
Because in order to make that transition period, you have to do the work, whether it's speaking out how you feel about certain things. And sometimes, as I talk about in the book, I had to, distance myself from certain people because if you're in a bad situation, either you were wrong place, wrong time, wrong company, doing something you weren't supposed to do, or allowing somebody to use the barrel crab method where they saw you leaving the barrel but wanted to pull you back in. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you can't allow people to pull you back in when you got to tell them, hey, not everybody's meant to be. I'll put you like this. The crabs were never meant to be in the barrel. They're meant to be in the ocean to be free and find their purpose. The person who's pulling you back hasn't found their purpose.
So they don't want to go to the ocean.
No.
Because they don't want to step outside their comfort zone. Because they're like a garden that's full of weeds that doesn't want to blossom. But when you start picking out the weeds out of that garden, you'll see truly how beautiful the garden is by doing the work. And that's what I did. It wasn't no situation where, somebody's giving me a list of things to do. It's more like a reality check of what do I want to do moving forward now that I'm eating again, drinking again, the soft beverages, of course. And more about what did I want to do to make my life better, because I didn't want to settle for being on a feeding tube, being underweight. When I used to play 3 sports, I still got my trophy, I still got my medals. And when you put in that work, you go from victim to victor, you inspire people. But always remember, I didn't just get here. It took work. There's times where I applaud for other people's successes. and basically shared the light of they achieved something and they did something or most of the work without most people looking. And then for
This
me,
yeah.
I got my, people say flowers, respect, and recognition when I made the front page in the newspaper. And it's like the best of both worlds. Where I used to live in Coatesville up until halfway into my 8th grade year. And the day the photographer came out to the track meet that I was helping out with, I've been living in Lancaster for several years since that move. And the track scrimmage is, McCaskey, JP McCaskey High School, which is in Lancaster, and Coastal Area's school district. So that's how I had the best of both worlds in that present time, where two school districts that I used to be in, the only difference is one school district, Coastal Area's school district, is the humble beginnings. School district Lancaster is more the next chapter of my life, where I am an alumni at JP McCaskey High School. And, when the coach, I got to give a shout out to Coach David Henry, Coach Matt Ortega, Scott Feldman, Coach Camara, and many other coaches, with the sports. When they saw me in the front page of the newspaper, they were very proud because that inspired them to keep going. That inspired them to think, I invested in that former student athlete, and now they can share this information with the current student athlete and say, this is the type of relationship I want with you. Because it's not about the X's and O's, scoring the points. I want you to go from student athlete to college graduate or get a trade, serve in the military. The blueprint is right here in this newspaper article. And then, I also was recognized with being featured on WGAL television, inspirational story. And then one thing one of the professors did, or former, actually her name is Dr. Tereso Loretz, PhD. She is head of Department of Theater and Communication. My mentor, Bob Paul, once he told her about the story, she was like, you mean to tell me he'd been coming to our university at Mills University the whole time? He never shared it. HR department didn't pick up on it. What she decided to do is make an award after me, the Overcoming Adversity Award, and sent it in the mail to me, and I framed it. Then along the way, I got 2 Pennsylvania Commonwealth citations, a proclamation declaration, and
I can't even say that shit right. A proclamation. Yep.
Proclamation declaration. Yes. Basically, I was friends with most of the city council members, including the mayor. There's one person that I knew very well. And, I mentioned the idea to her, and she really pushed it to be on the agenda board. And then, finally was on the agenda board, and I was waiting, inside their Zoom, and then finally got to talk to them, explain the story. And then they all voted yay for me to get a proclamation declaration.
Yeah, because you'd be an ass to vote nay on that. After hearing your story, you'd be a fool. They look at you cross if they like, no, that's not gonna work. Well, we'll vote you out then. How's that?
But long story short, besides the recognitions and the achievements and the awards and everything and inspiring people, I just want to let you know, as I tell people, it comes at a cost, and in order for me to tell this type of stuff that's so deep, it requires humility, vulnerability. And that's why I try to explain to people, there's a time for me to be inspirational, there's a time for me to focus on life, keep a happy medium, and keep a balance, because I'm not trying to be up here when I'd rather be just here in the middle.
I'd say this.
It's a little late for that, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you.
God, somewhere up there, you know what? I did that.
Yeah, that's me. That's all me, y'all. Y'all see that?
Gabriel.
All right, DC. DC, you already know you got to make Chris.
Chris, go ahead.
Oh, I knew I was going to go there.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
Go ahead, sir. I
For the
just gotta
closing,
give you a heads up.
here's the hardcover book, laminated case. I have it set at a certain price due to inflation. Well, if you buy from me directly, I can give you a discount.
He's even thinking about the people's pockets. Damn.
This man's a saint.
You think it's a game? Get fired when these bitches one time.
Again, I do have this price at a certain price online due to inflation because this is a hardcover laminated case. But if you buy from me directly on EthanSpeaks.com, all you gotta do is email me. We can make an arrangement, and I can sell it to you at a discounted price and still charge you for the shipping.
Get that man his full price. Don't send him no damn emails. Give him all his money.
We're not bartering for books, people.
No.
Hey, brother, I got
Pay the full
man.
ticket.
$25 and a couple Twinkies, man. Let me
No.
help me out, Debo.
And then of course this is the saw cover. This is price, normal price. And then of course, if you want to be scientific, you can download the book as an ebook. And then
there you go.
And it's pretty soon. Hopefully, my editor can get everything done, and I can get everything done on my end, and finally get the audio version copyrighted. And that's gonna be available through a deal I'm gonna have with ACX. It's gonna be a distribution deal through Audible, iTunes, Amazon, audiobook, where you get to hear my voice, not somebody else's voice, my own voice. The author, the self-publisher, the two-time college graduate,
talk your shit,
and the walking living miracle.
Right.
And on a side note, a proud uncle.
And
you think it's a game? Get fired when these bitches one time.
But ultimately, and to all the viewers and listeners, I just want to tell you that it's a humble experience. I don't, show off the awards just to flaunt or put on a facade. Like, I prove it on my YouTube channel. I prove it on my social media, not for the likes, not for the shares, not for the comments, but the whole purpose is just to inspire people that you can make your current day or the next day your better day. But you have to do the work, because I did the work. My book is the blueprint of the work, and you got to do the work, because you want to become of age where you're thinking, I should have done this and that, because you have to really continue to evolve, because we only get to live one day at a time, 1 hour at a time. It's a matter of what you want to do with it. And on a side note, hopefully my book reaches the hands of Gayle King and Oprah Winfrey, where
facts. Do it a book club.
Yeah, Oprah Winfrey, I like to request a blessing for me to be involved in your book club, and then I get that Oprah Winfrey seal next to my, fresh cut.
Hey Oprah, put my man's in your book club. Stop playing with him.
First of all, if Oprah's watching this shit, we got to talk about more than just a book. I'm sorry. Not to be selfish or anything, but yeah, put your seal on the book, but let's talk, Oprah.
No, he ain't got on the hoodie and he got on a fitted cap. He real sexy tonight.
It's some new stuff.
Yeah.
New stuff.
Yeah, that would be very appreciative. It'd be a way of giving a blessing, but also allow the book to inspire more people in your network overseas, third world countries that you're, help encouraging, but also invested in. And there's that. To any, people in the New York Times, Los Angeles Times, I wouldn't mind doing an interview with you, so my book can become be on the bestsellers list.
You heard.
Because eventually the value of me as a keynote speaker is going to go up with experience. I already saw the blueprint, the pricing, and for anyone looking for a keynote speaker, just contact me on EthanSpeaks.com. We can negotiate and go from there. Cause I can deliver the goods, whether it's in person or on Zoom. It's a matter, us sealing the deal together and making life better for not only just for the kids, the college students, but also the people on your team, the staff, the custodial worker, the secretary, and even the security guard.
In other words, this man saying, get with him because yesterday's prices is not today's prices. That's what he's saying.
Damn, I was just about to say that, Chris.
That's
Good,
what
get out my
this
damn
is
head.
Tomorrow
what
prices
he's
ain't
saying.
gonna be today's. Tomorrow you
And
better hurry
tomorrow
up.
prices ain't gonna be today's
Today's.
prices. You better
So you need to
understand.
get with it. Oh, damn. Yo, yeah, God literally broke.
Yeah, Chris, now you get to follow all that. Man,
I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll be
Go.
fine.
No pressure.
Watch this recovery. Shout out to Amron once again. You can also listen to Blurred's Eye View on Opulence Radio as well. Thursday, as a matter of fact. There's a bigger team that's coming behind us. You might want to watch out. Tune in tomorrow live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're talking to another dope indie comic creator and novelist, fantasy novelist. And you can also catch us anywhere you listen to us on your podcasts. You can catch us on Always Press Record through Roku and Amazon or Amazon Fire. Just go to alwayspressrecord.com. Follow directions, completely free. You can also listen to us anywhere you listen to podcasts, YouTube. Go to the YouTube page, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, all that great stuff. Tune in Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern for the live show. You're in for a ride when you watch us, and just be there for that. But to Ethan, I want to say, dude, you are dope. Your story is inspiring. I can't speak for the rest of the panel, but I'll speak for myself. You don't make me feel bad. I just say, yo, I have another reason to keep pushing forward to do another thing, So I appreciate you. I appreciate your story. And I'm gonna go wake my wife up and tell her, I'm like, we need to make some changes. Where's it? It's like this ain't right. I don't like how this sits. No, but seriously though, yeah. you
gotta see Chris after that.
She's
like, nigga,
you know me, I'm always sticking my head in the lion's mouth. But yeah, your story is dope. Your life is amazing, and you, like your website says, you are a walking miracle. Like to hear someone else say that they can't do it, I have to refer them to you. No, don't look at what I'm doing. Look at what
Ethan did it. Why can't you?
Right.
Stop yelling at people. If Ethan can do it, you can do it.
Yes. I'm tired, Grandpa. I don't care. Keep digging. But thanks, man.
Eddie, talk to the people.
Well, that's not my name. Thank you.
Oh,
she gonna cut y'all off about this.
Savage, talk to the people.
I see DC college shit. That's where I got my degree from, though. Stop playing with me. And Everest.
Help me! Help me! Nigga! Help me!
Real life shit, I really did. Real life shit, I really did go to Everest, though. I really did go to Everest.
I thought you were joking. Never mind.
Real life shit, I really did go to Everest. I got my medical assistant shit in Everest, so I did do that. Anyway, yeah, and then they shut down.
He said, "You sit on the couch, you ain't doing nothing.
You ain't nothing. Call us."
I think you should scare the shit out of me in the middle
well,
of the night.
Fuck it. Let me just call. Might as well. I wasn't doing shit anyway. He called me out. I felt like I had to after that. I mean, every time I seen it, I can't. Yeah. You guys know you can catch me every Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a Hard Not Life podcast, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all streaming platforms. Also, ever since this morning, you can find me on Opulence Radio because I'm the shit. And and nobody knew that I could do what I did.
Always believed in you.
Niggas ain't believing me now. Look at me. But nah, definitely, like Chris said, Ethan, you are freaking phenomenal. It was a pleasure hearing your story and even going even further deeper than what I just read off the website and things like that. It definitely do make me want to rethink some stuff. I am not even gonna hold you. I ain't joking about that. I'm really about to be like, damn, let me get a notepad and start writing because you really like you open my mind to a lot of things where we complain about a lot of shit and bro, like I don't think I'm about to complain. Never mind.
I'm about to go around.
You guys have a good night.
I'm about to go around with a bamboo cane around the house like an old kung fu master. I'm like, no, the Ethan way. Again, do it again.
Oh, Dremo said she want to brag that she. I did. I told her before I told her. I think I told her before I told anybody. Yeah. DC.
All right, I'm a little upset by that, but it's cool.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. DC got a necklace on too. He really sexy tonight. Like, what is going on? Like everything's different. Headphones was black before and now they silver. Like I don't know what's going on, but DC's a new man since he got a new fucking position. You know what I'm saying? Like he like shit.
Nothing has changed.
They gave
I
me
always wear this. I just usually
they gave me the cool position, and now I gotta act sexy. Like I'm not understanding. He a cool now, so now he's sexy. Like this, I'm not okay with this shit. She said you on your New York shit. Nah, he gotta put the brim to the front and bring it a little bit low over the eyes. But
I usually wear it that way, but
because he got them glasses on, so he can't see.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Shit.
As Savage was alluding to, as she was alluding to, if you didn't hear it in the beginning, I am now a COO at Opulence Radio.
Yeah, smoke a little
meaning
weed
that I get to help,
Gotta smoke a little weed to that one.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Took one for me.
I got you.
Was asked, offered, and of course I couldn't say no. Opportunity to, help out other content creators, bring more people to this dope ass network that we are a part of as Opulence Radio, and just really be a change, Doing this for going on 3 years now. Didn't think I would be in this position. I didn't think I'd still have a show at this point. But hell, here we are. 8 seasons in, But it was really a humbling thing to be asked, to be thought of, to be wanted, to be loved. Because when I started this show, didn't nobody want to hear it or watch it or even see it. Didn't give me a chance as a host. They was like, fuck that nigga. We want the other guy.
Nigga, we still say fuck that nigga. What are you talking about?
I mean, but it's cooler now because I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Cool.
But humbling experience. Can't wait to see everything that we implement that's going on. Also, by the way, July 22nd, if you ain't doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? You in Cleveland, Ohio. Come on down to the conference for content creators of color. You know what I'm saying? The
only because my face gonna be there. Just be honest.
I mean, yeah, whatever. Anywho,
I'm gonna say it every time.
Whatever helps you sell tickets, nigga. I don't give a fuck. But
damn.
Tickets is only $20. Vendors $50. Everything you sell is yours. We don't want no cut of your thing. We just want you to be able to show up and have an opportunity to experience this discussion panel, block party, food and drink. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good time had by all. I just really wanted this thing when it came about to be something where, like I said, here in Northeast Ohio, there was people doing content that I didn't even know was doing it. My own family members had a podcast and I didn't even know it. So that just goes to show you that we all know somebody who's trying to do something, who just might need that extra push or just might need somebody to believe in them. So this conference is not only to show you like, hey, there's a bunch of network of people who you can lean on and be able to call on when you need to, but also you can pick their brains and see how they made it to the point where they're at, or how we can come together and figure out sponsorships or content, this and that. But it's a dope opportunity. It's a dope experience, man, and I can't wait. Like I said, July 22nd, Cleveland, Ohio. There's a website in my Instagram bio. One other thing, not really off schedule, but I got to because I'm from Akron. I need y'all to fucking do better. Because what happened to Jalen Walker was not only a travesty, but it's also bullshit that nobody was
charged at
held
all.
accountable. You know what I mean? 88 shots is something that you don't just not think about. You had time to fucking reload and shoot again. So that's just some bullshit to me. And the fact that you took time to board up the windows and board up and fortify all the shit even
That
lets
you
me know
knew.
more that you already knew what was going on, because the mayor of Akron took time to make sure his house was fucking safe just in case protesters tried to do something. To me, that is fucking sick. There's no other way to say this shit. I'm pissed off. And I'm upset because
It's definitely not like it's not the time we used to. Where
it ain't even just the time we used to. It's just the fact that you took time, no matter what this kid did, you took time to shoot and unload a clip and then fucking load back another clip and shoot more. That's what pisses me off the most. The fact that you consciously thought about doing
keep
this
seeing
shit.
it. We keep seeing
Because
it.
there are white kids who do all kind of bullshit and they get taken alive. You can shoot up a church if you're white, but you can't do nothing if you're black.
You can shoot up
So I
a
need to
church
say
if you're
this
white
with
and eat a burger.
with all due disrespect. Fuck
And get
Akron
Burger
right
King,
now. What you guys did was a fucking travesty, and there's no other way around it. I will never look at this the same.
I know cops who's retired from Akron who have expressed disgust.
It's bullshit.
And they know it's bullshit, and they've called it out. They said, "No, this is bull. This is not what we." Yeah.
So Akron, Ohio, you got to fucking do better. Somebody need to be held accountable because there's too much going on, and then you shutting down schools in fear of protests. You should have been shutting down shit in fear of what happened. Like, don't wait till the outcome is coming before you try to make a change. It's too late. And that's all I'm gonna say. It's some bullshit. But I want to thank our guests for coming. Appreciate you having you. As I always say, talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? Be well, be blessed, stay up, and if you think you can't, remember Ethan did it, so you can too.
That should be the sign off from now on.
Next week, we have the NFL mock draft, so make sure you're here for that.
I don't know what the fuck I signed up for.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. This shit's gonna have sprinkles.
I didn't know.
So me and Deacon and my guy Earl are gonna be your analysts. I'm kind of hosting it. Savage is already on the clock with the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be.
I picked my person already.
Don't tell nobody. Keep it secret. Hold that thought.
Of course.
So it will be a live mock draft, full first round. Be prepared for that. The week after that, we have a doctor coming on. So we're pretty much booked the whole month of May. Guest galore. Oh, May 24th, we having a game night, y'all. WTS Family Feud, men versus women. There will be a Mother's Day episode next month. Shout out to the women.
So we're not going to celebrate my birthday?
What is it?
You don't even know my birthday? I feel some type of way.
I meant, when do you want to celebrate it is what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Nice recovery.
That was a fucked up recovery. It didn't work. We'll talk. It's okay.
All right. Appreciate everybody who listened to this. iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, you know what I mean? Everybody who listened, everybody who watched, we appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Remember, like I said, talk your shit.
Watch as DC recovers from the swing, and there it is.
Yes. As I approach the 9th grade. You know what time it is? Going out with the white girl.
Go home, folks. The A-Smack.